Hey everybody, back this time around talking a bit about the Washington Commanders and the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC Championship game. Now, a little bit of a different focus here. Obviously, the biggest game this weekend in Western New York has the Buffalo Bills taking on Kansas City. I have a different take on this game going forward. This, to me, has to do with the numbers Philadelphia has put up this year, specifically Saquon Barkley, that offense, that defense, their record, extremely impressive against my heart, which would be Jaden Daniels and this miracle rookie story of this young man being one win away from going to the Super Bowl, something I've never seen a rookie quarterback do before. Now, you can look up these numbers, and I get it. Everybody lives off statistics, whether you bet on games, whether you root for games. And I know some living Demond Meeks is not going to like this because he's a Philadelphia Eagles fan. But there's something about this Washington Commanders team. Now, earlier in the regular season, they obviously played twice. They're in the same division. Commanders won one, and the Eagles won one. This time around, obviously, this game is in Philadelphia, so it gives Philadelphia the advantage to do so. We don't know exactly what the weather is going to be like. I assume it's going to be cold because just about every part of the East Coast is cold. So it serves better for the Philadelphia Eagles to have a run game, which they do with not only just Barkley, they also have Hurts. And I think what happened last week was you get caught up in with Washington's win over Detroit, this sort of feeling that Washington is this miracle destiny team, and your heart falls into it. Let me give you two things that are very different about that game and this game. Number one, the Detroit Lions defense, we all know, is decimated by injuries. And so that's not the defense that they will be facing, the Commanders will be facing on Sunday. Philadelphia is a little bit different. The other thing, too, here is the fact that that game was played in a dome. And for those that just don't understand, it's totally different in a dome than as opposed to the elements of Philadelphia and the cold weather. It changes everything, specifically the passing game, which Washington and Daniels have been able to improve throughout the year. So that being said, I don't know what that game is going to be looking like at 3:00 on Sunday when you really can't pass the ball like you did the week before against the Lions. So the Commanders will be out without one of their key offensive linemen as well. So that makes running the ball a little bit difficult. That being said, it is the magic of the 4 quarters of football where just about anything can happen, where you can take a team that has won 14 games in the regular season and has only lost 3 games this whole year, and everything can be flipped upside down with the momentum of a team that a lot of people believe is on this destiny ride. Listen, would I like to see Buffalo take on Washington in the Super Bowl? It would be great. Would I be upset if it was Washington and Buffalo? I'm sorry. Would I be upset if it was Philadelphia and Buffalo in the Super Bowl? No. I mean, Philadelphia's offense and their team has been great, although I am concerned about Jalen Hurts. I think he really is hurt. I brought that up on the Press Box TV show that I did earlier this week. So that being said, I mean, I am hoping for the Washington Commanders just to continue the story of Jaden Daniels. But I think the numbers tell me that if you, and I don't encourage this, if you are going to bet on this game, that it's hard to ignore the fact that Philadelphia has everything numbers-wise stacked in their favor. So I don't have a vested interest in this other than the fact that as being a Giants fan, seeing Saquon Barkley go to the Super Bowl the year after we allowed him to walk out of the building, woo, just makes the temperature a little bit colder for the Giants front office, just a little bit colder for the Giants and their organization when you let a guy that is now a finalist for the MVP walk out of your building literally about 5-6 months ago. And now you're watching the success of not only him, but his team, your arch rival, Philadelphia, possibly going to the Super Bowl this weekend. We'll wait and see what happens. Either way, it should be fun. I'll be back next week to go over the Super Bowls that teams that will be set to go and play in the February 9th game.